Hey guys, welcome back to Tales of Arise. We finally got to Lenegus in the last episode. We got to explore a little bit of that, a little behind the scenes of the Renan people, which was very, very interesting. We're going to be digging into more of that today, really digging in and talking to them and finding out what they think about the different sovereigns and stuff and what's going on Lenegus. We also had some major feels in the last episode. I definitely teared up, and I'm gonna tear up again thinking about it, even though it's been so long since I played this, but that scene was so good. Xian finally told everyone the truth about the way she's been feeling and her little secret, which was that she believes that she needs to die in order to save the world from a catastrophic event because of the thorns that are inside of her. And she finally feels like she belongs somewhere. She has a family. She has a place that she wants to return to, and she has a will to live. Anyways, enough of that. Let's play some video games. Rah. Okay, I really like this song.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, there's sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegus now.
Well, we'll never know because we murdered them all.
Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron.
I mean, well, we killed Balsef and Ganabelt. Volron killed Almadria. And then we killed Volron, question mark?
Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
We know Balsef was dumb. We know Ganabelt was an asshole. And we know that Almadria was a fucking bitch. What more do we need to know?
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegus. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Ooh, a quest. Renans and their lords. I'm definitely interested in doing this one. Side quest looks to be, but I definitely want to talk to people about that. You want to know which lord I support? Why? Are you out canvassing for someone? I'm with His Excellency Wolsey Teldillies. You probably know him better as Lord Balsef. Wait, Lord Balsac's name is Wolsey Teldillies? What? I know a lot of people consider to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say that House Teldillies doesn't enjoy much esteem. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit that. But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. Of that we can be sure. His efforts in the crown contest aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house. I owe so much to His Excellency, I could never dream of serving any other lord.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
And we killed him. Well, I think it's best that we skedaddle pronto. Lord Dohalim, you have returned. Ah, and I see you've brought aids with you. Do you remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must, yes? Not only do I support House Ilcaris, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so, I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. Excuse me. Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior, Dohalim Ilcaris? In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. If you turn to verse 20 of chapter 16 of the book of I don't know. I will read the scripture now. But since the lines appear to be cut due to recent tumult, I've been unable to upload them. I know, since you're all here, I'll just read them aloud. You didn't realize I'd gone off script. Sounds like something she would say, right? Ahem. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed house Ilcaris, and his name, Lord Dohalim. Music is his passion, the arts his great love. The scores of boorish, uncouth men of this land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture, why the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in a new era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that, she's still going. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Excuse me, talking about my lord just makes me so out of breath. Well, what did you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into it, hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lordship's love for collecting things. I must take this time while the lines are still down to append it. Only then will my masterpiece be complete.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dohalim is very quiet during all of this. Wow. Thank you, Shumrai. I feel thirsty. I feel super thirsty, like I have secondhand thirstiness from this lady. My goodness. That was wild. All right, who do you serve? Almadria? Or is it Ganondork? Well, I never. To think anyone would try to tear me away from House Valkyris.
What?
What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dohalim or that dreadful Lord Almadria, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. What's wrong with Dohalim? Excuse you? I mean, I hate the guy, yes. Continue. To answer your question, I come from a family that has served House Valkyries for generations. Indeed, I am doing all I can to support Lord Ganabelt behind the scenes so that he might emerge victorious. Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. Though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Rena's interest front and center like no one else. Why, he advocates that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should get on with colonizing Dana and expand our horizons. Oh yeah, he sounds great. But Rena first. Go ahead and colonize Dana. Yeah, take over the whole damn place. Okay. That way, we will become masters of both worlds and overturn our current minority status on Dana's surface. Oh yeah, wow. Okay, so he really is a jerk. Good, good. I was not wrong about him. He's a fuckwad. He's absolute scum. That is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all of our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a model above all others. Though I was unable to accompany him myself, my two sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the surface. As their father, it fills me with endless pride. You know what's...
That was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabeld also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
You know what's even more disgusting about this? About all of this? First and foremost, okay, for the Renans, okay, great. For the Renans. Sure, he cared about his Renan people, maybe. Whatever. He was living amongst the Danans. So he got to see firsthand that deep down, they're just normal people. They are just like Renans in every way, except they can't use astral arts. I just feel like when you live with somebody, when you know, spend your days with people and you get to see like how they really are, and then to still be like, you know, let's just take over. Fuck these people. That's just disgusting to me. Disgusting. I guess we gotta go forward. We still haven't talked to anybody about Almedria. Or, the other guy. Volron? Oh, here we are.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged
No.
as the other district we went through.
Indeed, the effects of Lenegis's transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
They're fighting off the Zoogles.
Pardon me.
This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Kynaris. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house, ruled over by the esteemed Lord Almedria? If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed how in the history of Lenegis, only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almedria quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. Oh, so she just murdered everyone in her family. That's... yeah, she sounds like a great lord. She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almedria is a woman of talent. No one in all Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. Soon the age of a glorious woman sovereign reigning over Lenegis shall be upon us at last.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
that doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
You know, talking to these people doesn't make me have any, make me feel any better about any of these lords. In fact, it just verifies how much that I should be hating them. What's happening? I don't get it. There wasn't a decree or anything to announce this like there always is. You're right. Even if this was an accident, it's strange that we still haven't heard anything from the Sovereign yet. Do my ears deceive me, or are you saying that you don't trust what the Sovereign is doing? I'll have you know that I was part of the delegation that came down with him to Dana during the previous crown contest. He was a brilliant man, and just as good with astral arts as well. I'm sure he's well aware of the situation and thus has a plan to resolve it. Until then, we must simply wait and trust in his judgment. Yeah, lots of waiting and blindly trusting. You saved my life! I would have been a goner had you not arrived when you did, milady! I understand we're in a crown contest, but I had no idea such a capable astral artist was in our midst. Forgive me for not realizing it sooner. Come on, you don't need to bow so deeply. All I did was strike that Zoogl's weak point. I didn't even get to go down to Dana for the crown contest, so I'm not sure how to feel about all this praise you're heaping on me. Authorized personnel only. The damage here is too severe. Okay. I guess that's fair. As a member of the upper caste, I order you to find a route out of here to the neighboring district. Please, no, you can't expect an old man such as me to do that. Not when there are Zoogles running loose in that part of town. That's exactly why I need you to do this. Surely you don't intend to defy me now, do you? I don't think these Renans have the balls to do that right now. To defy, to question, to think for themselves. The residential quarter is completely ruined. The roads are a mess and we can't get any power. The info terminals have gone dead too. We can't get in contact with any of our fellow Renans on the ground in Dana. I wonder if the Sovereign's aware of what's going on.
Ridiculous.
How loathsome. Oh, I was just reading about Volron. Can I help you?
Okay.
I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Urwajil Hildris myself. Were it not for his sudden death down on the surface, I likely still would be. Oh, so some news has gotten up here. In my eyes, Lord Urwajil is the true Water Lord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some accident like they say. As for how Volron runs Ganatheros, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Danans, but even his fellow Renans. Yep, can confirm. We may live in a society where the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as a people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this House Ignisari of his anyway? I'd never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest dregs of society. That such an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense, not to mention all of the upheaval around here of late. What is happening to our people?
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganatheros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
Crazy.
Think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
that's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us.
Yeah, individuals
So
that
I
just
guess
happen to
what I'm
suck.
trying to say is,
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
not at all.
You're catching
Being a Renin
on.
doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renin doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Mm-hmm.
Xion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Very good. Good show. Jolly good show. We've all learned some valuable lessons today. Lord Origel? Volron replaced the original lord of that place that was mentioned way back when we first heard of him. I think I vaguely remember something like that when you mentioned it. So basically, Volron replaced whoever it was, like, in the middle of the crown contest. Like, the person who originally came down to participate in the crown contest got replaced for some reason by Volron. Which is, like, very strange. Okay. Father, what's going on? I'm scared. I'm not sure, son. Never in all my years here on Lenegis has anything like this ever happened. Not even once. There's always been a decree before anything takes place. Not only was there none this time, but the residential quarter has seen damage and injuries. Could that mean there's something bad happening then? It's possible. For now, all we can do is wait and hope for the best. Grape gel. Ooh.
There's something I just don't get.
What's
What
that?
is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, Alphen.
So-
Yeah.
Who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
Suspicious.
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
I wonder if these new sovereigns just go to the homeworld just to be turned into like goo or something, you know? Or they're just like offed.
Do?
Fahria.
Fahria? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Oh.
Kill?
She's that chick
I'm here
from
to
his
take care of
memory.
something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Damn.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Okay, so not a lover. Ooh. I don't like her eyes. They look like bug's eyes or something. Not human.
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
It was
Each
an
of us have our
accident.
pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
And back to the music. Well, I mean, does she really have as much reason to kill him? I mean, he didn't really directly cause Miguel's death. That was Kelzadick or whatever his name was. And maybe Almadria, like, was the one who was pulling the strings with him. I don't know. Oh, I'm full on orange shells? Oh, well. I feel guilty about fleeing while there are kids out there fighting. There's no need to worry about them. They come from a higher ranking family than ours. That makes their astral arts stronger than ours. They're simply fulfilling their duty to society as members of the ruling elite. I know, but it still doesn't sit right with me. This is all very fascinating. So many questions have arisen. Now we have this thing with Dohalim and that lady. Okay, campsite up ahead. Nobody to talk to? Tofu. The feeding pen in bad shape. What? Stronger ass arts? Yeah, she can't even the feeding pan. Kisara has the best ass arts. The strongest of them all. The feeding pen is in bad shape. Who knows how many people have died? What happened to the Zoogles? Don't tell me they broke out. No, luckily we were able to seal them off before they got too far. Not that it does much good when they've escaped in other districts too. If I had to guess, I'd say there are a lot of Zoogles running loose through Lenegis. And there are a lot more of us. More of them than us too. What are we going to do? All our best soldiers are stationed down in Dana. Well, luckily for you, we have some expert Zoogle exterminators here on Lenegis. So don't you worry, your little Renin heads. We will take care of it.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Fahria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Fahria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Fahria's betrothed. Despite Fahria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Fahria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Fahria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Jeez.
Do you think
poor
he'll
guy.
be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
That
It's
he
important
does.
to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
Oh, there's that guy.
Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you. Ah,
These two. Ah! Man. How did I go from like disliking both of them to just absolutely loving both of them to pieces? Hey. If things don't calm down soon, don't you think we should board a starship so we can evacuate? We can't! You need to have the Sovereign's permission to enter a starship for anything other than the crown contest. Well, where's the Sovereign? Why isn't he here to lead us in our time of need? Good question. Good question. Oh, by the way, thank you, Shumarai, for gifting a sub to Rio. Just saw that. Appreciate it. If the rumors are to be believed, it's not just Zoogles who are out of control. Apparently a group of armored soldiers have started to rebel too. For all we know, we may be seeing the start of some kind of uprising, don't you think so? That bastard! Who could possibly plot such a conspiracy and think they could get away with it? True, if you rebel against the Sovereign, you're rebelling against the entire Renan civilization. It's hard to say one way or another. Nothing like this has ever happened in the history of Lennigus. We just know too little. Let's go up here. Okay, there's nothing up here.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Okay, we got a fast travel point. We have an inn we can rest at. Do my eyes deceive me, or has my shop been blessed with Lord Dohalim and his servants? Is there anything I can help you with, my lord? Yes, let me sell any junk I might have. Oh, my fish that I got. Let me buy... Ooh. Some new armors. I don't have that much money, actually. Sell some of our materials. Because we are living in a material world. How does that look? Ooh, boss fish. I guess we can make some sort of recipe with the boss fish. Ooh, that's how you make money. We'll keep them for now. I think I have enough to buy my armors that I need. Let's get the diamond one piece. Well, one of them, not 7. Diamond cloak. Diamond vest. Diamond cape, I think. Actually, the diamond mail might be better. It has more, what, magic damage? A little bit less defense and... I don't know. I'm not gonna buy it. Okay. Okay. I don't think we have a recipe with the boss fish. We need the recipe. Oh, we do. The fish steak. Experience boost M. 13 minutes. We're gonna be fighting soon, right? Let's make it.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Xion will.
Well, how's it taste?
The meat is just the right texture and firmness. You can easily taste all of the ingredients that went into it.
I'm impressed you can cut up such a huge fish.
The basic procedure doesn't really change whether a fish is big or small. All it takes is practice.
Still, I feel a little bad eating this fish. It's supposed to be a pretty rare species, isn't it?
I'm the type who fishes for food first and foremost. Once I catch something, I cook it up with care so it doesn't go to waste. Don't worry, I took an imprint of it for posterity before I turned it into steak.
The meat is so thick. It almost reminds me a little of beef.
What's the difference? Isn't it all meat at the end of the day, regardless of where it comes from?
Says the guy who always complains about it not being red meat whenever we have fish.
Look, as long as it tastes good, I don't care what it is.
Even vegetables?
I'm talking about meat!
It looks thick because that's how big the fish was. There's still plenty to go around, so feel free to have more if you want it.
Sure, I'll take another slice.
Better grab it while you can, everyone.
Xion gonna go to town. I knew she would. Coming back for second seconds. Third seconds. Okay, sweet. I think we might be fighting soon because we just got a place to rest. Some stray zoogles. Need some rounding up. Oh, I see.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for that.
Doesn't look like we're avoiding fighting anybody right now.
I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not?
Yep.
They want to fight, they got one.
Lightning bloody thunder blade! Oh, violent routing wind! Crush blade!
They smite with blackened blade.
Illuminate the blah blah blah! Holy lance!
Astro Lords,
That's my cue!
shut him down.
Magic is out! Freeze Lancer! Into the shadow!
Shit.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Sleep now! I'll be standing here! Magic is out! Damn it! Back into the fray! Tidal wave! Mega ray! Annihilation!
Boom.
Lightning strike!
Coming through!
Hey, Jack, what's up? Good to see ya. Been a while. Hope you've been well.
Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! A freezing storm!
Oh, there's still a guy here.
Here's a healing arc! Thunderblade! Lightning condense! Thunderblade! I'm ready! Freeze Lancer! You get the gist! Thunderblade!
Get wrecked.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
So are they just kind of assuming that Volron is not dead now? What am I doing? Map. Ooh, okay. Alright, we got a long stretch of dungeon ahead of us. We have our experience up. Fish steak. So let's go fight some stuff, shall we? Oh, look at these Zeugles. Never seen anything looking like that before. Dark magic. Dark affinity Zeugles.
Take this!
Glacial Spear! These ones can run rings around us! Thunder! Blah, blah, blah! That burning crunch! Blah, blah, blah!
Too fast! Stand
In here!
I'll trip it up.
A chain between heaven and earth!
Resonate with the earth!
A wailing banshee of lightning! Now for something here! Here goes the flip magic attack!
Just, okay, nuked them all out of, into oblivion, basically.
Here's a healing arc! Lightning condense! Thunderblade! Magic attack!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara! My exploits are bearing fruit.
Well, thankfully, it seems like the enemies aren't taking too long to die. Because I know, like, in past Tales games that I played, there gets to a point where all the enemies start feeling like damage sponges. And then I heard people had the same issue with this game. Some people. Of course, not everyone. But, either I'm doing a good job keeping my party, like, at a decent level and stuff, or I just haven't hit that point yet. I don't know. I need to go where? Hold on, I'm lost. I still do have quite a bit of time left in this game
Those
to go for
soldiers don't
sure.
seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is some...
Right, here goes!
Hopefully not 30 hours left though. Alright, we made it to a teleportation device.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Don't ask me. Was that astral energy? I don't know.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway.
He seems pretty salty.
What's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
I don't know, ask that to every other
You're not
fucking
like the
Renan.
others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
Everybody saw it?
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
I don't
We
fucking
have
know.
no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah, it was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Ooh, guys. I saw a healing spot. You know what that means. Boss fight time. Let's heal up. Yeah, the music here is quite nice as well. Rio, there's been several, like, grammatical errors in this game. In the dialogue in this game. I've noticed quite a few. Okay. What are we doing? What is she doing? We ready? I guess so. You again.
Fahria, how did you get in here?
Oh.
Wait, something about her isn't right.
Yeah.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
The red woman got to her. What's that? Oh, dark. Just gonna summon something big. That thing looks nice. Cuddly.
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
Level 45 tormented limbs. Ow.
All that was a stone that was suspiciously like a master sword.
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the suit. Then we get some answers.
Here, let's go for the weak point.
Help.
Not on my watch.
I am in need of heals.
Here, let me help.
Here, let me stand back for a bit.
I can carve
Wailing Zestiria lightning. Blah, blah, blah.
It's in your hands now.
Oh my lord. What the hell just happened? Do I want to use an Omega Elixir?
Can't end here!
Chain between heaven and earth. Resuscitation. A wailing dancing.
My pride is my downfall.
Oh, that is starting. A new lease on life. Sleep now.
Can you take it?
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Okay, so he has AoEs from the back.
Can you take it? I see you. You missed. Shattering pieces.
You're looking at me. Oof. Okay, this is fine. We stand back and cast. We're good on CP still. Alright, thanks for the heal. Alright, let's get in, do some damage. Oh, dang, what happened to my HP?
Consider yourself finished.
I didn't even notice getting hit. Oh, I can't see what's going on. Ooh, jeez. Ouch.
Time to let it rip. Here I come. Dazzle.
Shattering the pieces.
Here, let me help.
You're mine. Try harder. I'm nearly done for. I'll burn it all. Flaming pillar.
Oh, I did it. I did Flaming Pillar. I used enough arts.
From beyond, imbue this light.
Nothing gets by me.
Soaring light here.
Oh, gosh. Has long range attacks too. This thing is crazy looking. Alright, can we get Shion back up, Dohalim, or are you just gonna leave her down?
Allow me to help you.
You come down, Alpha. Come down. Shit, everyone's dying. Wait, I'm casting. Okay, I'm not casting anymore. Let's see. Orange gel. Get my CP up so my team can heal.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Can you take it? Crescent flash. Here I come. On your way.
He's almost down. Oh.
It's in your hands now.
Oh. Why?
The flames will roll. Burning passion. Oh, violent. Blah, blah, blah. Cross blade. Blah, blah, blah.
It's in your hands now.
You get the dead. No more playing nice. Ready. Go. Hit.
Ow.
Magic is in. Sleep now. I'll be saving this one. Title.
No. Oh, shit, I couldn't cancel the move. Oh no! Oh, fuck!
Bring you back from death's abyss.
Begin. I've used too much.
Oh my god.
I'll smash you. Look sharp.
Lightning
That guy was annoying. I want to fight him again, though.
Now it's just her! Fahria, can you hear me? Fahria!
She gone.
Another summoning.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Oh.
Dohalim!
Uh-oh.
Forgive me. Man, I thought we were goners.
Yeah, I sucked
Everything
at that
okay?
fight.
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We know.
We're not
Get
even
on it.
supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
Who's that?
you? Avakir,
Oh.
what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out.
Yeah, I saw you
overheard
spying
what
on
you
us.
said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Fahria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
That's Kyle McCarley. A man of many voices.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Fahria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Fahria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria.
Yeah.
As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that.
Damn, telling them straight up.
Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Fahria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Fahria without hurting her.
You all did
Whew.
much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
That was tough.
Shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
That was tough. Well, wise words from Mommy Kisara. Saying it like it is. Alright, Fahria the Pawn.
Do you think Fahria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
Well, we know that Red Woman is definitely involved. At the very least. Whether she's the mastermind behind it or not is still yet to be seen.